Well, that flooding in Thailand, as well as the damage caused by typhoons in the region, highlight the importance of water management in city planning. Channel News Asia's IndoChina Bureau Chief Anasuya Sanyal finds out how cities around the world can get expert help and funding.
Thailand's record floods in 2011 left factories crippled and global supply chains of auto parts and hard disks disrupted for months. And many predicted that the tons of water that inundated parts of Bangkok would morph into a public health crisis. This was something that was averted, though no one's sure why. The Thai government will spend nearly $12 billion over the next several years to make sure those record floods don't happen again. But in some places, the scarcity of water is the problem.
But not all of the shocks or stresses that cities face are linked to flooding. For example, in many parts of Asia, especially in South Asia, we've seen enormous challenge in things such as water scarcity. Throughout human history, there have been examples of entire cities abandoned because they were unable to meet their growing needs. And some experts are beginning to make disturbing predictions along these lines.
So how do cities guard against such shocks? That's the challenge being put forth by the Rockefeller Foundation, which is looking to arm cities worldwide with the skills to make them more resilient and to bounce back even stronger. The emphasis will be on knowledge sharing and best practices, and the creation of a chief resilience officer to oversee the city's entire strategy. Although there are no limits on which cities can apply, Asia is sure to be a focus. Asian cities are undergoing shocks more often than any time before in the past. Some are economic, some man-made, while natural disasters and disease outbreaks can severely affect urban populations, especially the poor. As cities grow, there are fewer tight-knit communities, and neighbors, especially in natural disasters, are crucial. Low-income earners are particularly vulnerable.
Rapid urbanization is not just about infrastructure services, not just about big cities, but it's also about how difficult it is for strangers to live together and help each other, help one another when shocks come. And I think that's one of the factors why we need to talk about urban resilience, because we live with other people whom we don't know, and how we can actually collectively bounce back together with those people whom we don't actually know.
The first stage of countries selected will be announced this December, with the project continuing through 2016. Anasuya, Sanyal, Channel News Asia, Bangkok.